Welcome. In this session, we are going to understand and develop routes for Node server. So what exactly routes are and why they are used, let's understand. To do this, we'll proceed to our brackets IDE, and on the brackets, we are currently working on our project 1. Within this project 1 directory, you can see that we have a file known as app.js. This app.js is the main application.js file which helps you execute your applications. It helps you use individual libraries and features for your application. So what we have here on this app.js file, you can see that on line 1, we have created a variable and name of the variable is express, and what we are storing in this variable, we are storing a path to the express library. So Express is a library which helps you create Express applications over Node.js. Node.js is a server, Express is a JavaScript library which helps you create applications over JavaScript. It helps you process that JavaScript application and you can perform dynamic functions over JavaScript using this Express library. Okay. Once you have included this Express library in your application, what next you can do is, you need to have the path library available, you need to have server favicon libraries available, you need to have Morgan available for logging, you need to have cookie parser available in order to parse cookies which you will be storing and retrieving from the web pages. Then you need to have body parser available. This body parser, what it will do, it will help you read get and post request from the requests which are coming. Then what you need is, here comes the next important part which we are discussing. So here comes the routes. So let's say I'm going to write a comment here, routes of your application. So what does this route do? Let me just explain you. Here, using the require function, we are specifying a path in the current directory, search for the routes directory, and within that search for an index.javascript file. Okay. Once you have identified this file, store that file into a variable known as index. Clear? Once you have done this, so now what we have is, it means we have included an index.js file in our application. So where does this index.js available? Let me just show you. If you go to the project directory, so this root directory points to this routes directory, okay, and within this routes directory we have an index.js file, okay. So what exactly we are doing is, our app.js is pointing to the index.js file within the root directory, okay. So what we have is, we have specified some logical code for index.js file, and it is defining that we are going to render the index file available within your slash directory. In case if it is not found, then we are going to display the express.js default page on the application. Okay. So here what we are doing is, let's say we have, in order to create a route, what we did, first of all we have included express in the project, then we have created a router using this router function from this express variable. Okay. So using express.router, a root application will be created. A root actually is considered as an individual logical code in your Node server. Clear? So now we have is, let's say we have 10 functions. These 10 functions are used for individual objectives. Okay. So every individual function which points to an objective is considered as a root here on your Node server. So what we have now, once you have created a route for you, over this route, what we are doing is, route means it's a path. So let's say this is an index.js route. So it means, let's say if I am typing a comment here, the user will be pointing to, let's say, your domain name, whatever your domain.com is. Then on that domain.com, if we type in index, so this slash index means the root. Okay. So as soon as a user will type in index, he will reach to this index.js file. Okay. And within this index.js file, if this file is a root file, which we defined using express.router, and then on this variable we are going to store this root, and using this router now what we'll do, we are going to receive the get or the post request, which is coming through this path. Okay, so this is a sample URL for a get request. As soon as we have received this get request, on this slash directory, we are going to receive the get request, and on receiving, we are going to execute a function, okay, within this request. So what this function will do, it takes a request, a response, and the next function in queue, which you want to execute after the response has been generated. Okay, so it points to 3 individual values. And now what we did with the response, what we are specifying, using the response object which we have received here, we are going to execute a render function, and this render function is going to render the index file for you. Okay, in case if there is no index file available and you won't be able to render that, then what next you can do, you can display the express property as well. Okay, so this is how this works, and finally we have to export the module. So now what we have is, this is a sample root file which has been created. So we'll quickly go back to app.js, and we can see that here we have 2 files. Okay, one is the index file which displays the index location, and second is the users file which displays the user location. Okay, so now what we have to do is, let's say I'm going to start my project and I'm going to access this users directory, and I would like to see how it responds back. So if a user will browse to my IP address and he'll specify / and then he'll specify users, then he will be pointing to this users root. Okay, and what code has been specified in the users root, we can simply click on this root file and we can see that what is going to happen. So what's going to happen, we have created this as an express file. Using this express library, we have created a root. Now on this root, on the /users, as soon as somebody will reach to the users directory, his / directory will be executed, and request, response, and next function in the queue will be received. And what we are going to do, we are going to send a response back to the client who is accessing this users directory, and there we are going to send a response that's something like respond with a resource or something. So that statement will be printed back. So what exactly is going to happen? Now let me see. I'll go to my npm here. I'm going to start my project, npm start. So once the project 1 has been started, now I'm going to browse to users directory, and I would like to see how these lines of code will execute and what they are going to respond back. Okay, let's see. So I have started my npm, and now what I'll do, I'll go to my Chrome. On my Chrome here, you can see that I have my first web project running here. Now on this first web project, I have to specify a root, and the root which I am specifying is users at the moment. Okay, so users is a root which we are defining through the path at the top. As soon as we enter, so some file will be executed. So now here what we are getting is, we are getting a response that we are responding with a resource. So from where this is coming? This is coming from this directory users.js. Okay, so as soon as we sent a request, we have defined the users root in the application. So this is like a valid root. Anybody who is going to access users will get access to the users root, and we have defined the users root within the roots directory. And the code within this users.js specifies that as soon as we receive a request on this /users, we are going to receive the request and we are going to send a response back, and we'll specify a single statement somewhat like this, that respond with a resource. Okay. Now what next we like to do, we like to modify the content of this users.js directory in order to show you how it is working. So now what next we have is, now what we'll do, we'll stop the project at the moment using Control-C. We are going to say yes. Let me just clear that. Now I'm going to modify. So what we'll say, we are going to change the simple statement, and at the moment we'll simply test what's going to happen. So we'll say there is no resource available at the moment. Okay, let's say I've just changed the statement. I have saved this code. Now what I will do, I'll go to my npm start. I have operated the project. So either you can go to an HTML file using /index.html, or else you can respond back with a JavaScript file as well on the Node server. because Node is able to process the JavaScript, and whatever path you will be specifying, instead of the JavaScript getting downloaded on the user's machine, this time JavaScript will receive the request and will be responding back, just like the PHP programming language. So here JavaScript acts as a server-side language instead of a client-side language. Okay? Because earlier what we do, we can download JavaScript from the web pages. But now in this Node case, you won't be able to do that, because here JavaScript is receiving the request, and instead of getting downloaded on the client's machine, he is just responding back with the response which the client needs. So we have started this Node server. We'll go to this page, and now this time if I go to users again, now you can see that that content has been responded back, which I have specified in the root directory. Clear? So now what we have is, earlier what we used to do, when we type in this HTML content, let me just show you what people do. Let's say earlier when we access to, let's say, server.com, it's a random URL I'm taking. So let's say if the users is trying to access this page, somewhat like users. So earlier what happened was an HTML file with the style sheets, style.css, and the JavaScript codes. This was the client side JavaScript codes. All these three were downloaded to users machine. But now what's happening is, after availability of Node server, if you are sending this request to users directory, instead of the JavaScript getting downloaded, JavaScript is responding, which means JavaScript here is a server side code which is secure and will not be downloaded on server machine, on client machine, which means your logical code is protected at the moment. Okay, so it won't be downloaded on the client machine. Moreover, it has the capability to respond back, to receive request and respond back again. Okay, so this is how the JavaScript is working here. And now what we can do is, let's say we can simply right click and inspect this element as well in order to see what is available here. So if you see, since we are accessing this users directory, instead of the JavaScript code, we are just getting that HTML code which is responded back. So there is no JavaScript file getting downloaded on the client machine. JavaScript is now capable of responding back. Okay, JavaScript has a lot of development. We have AngularJS, we have jQuery, multiple developments of JavaScript has been done, and all these types of JavaScripts are supported over this Node platform. Okay, so now let's see what next we have to do. So we have got this information that JavaScript has responded back, and this part is known as root on Node servers. Okay, and on this root here, instead of an HTML file or a PHP file or a ASP file, this time we are having a JavaScript file which does not get downloaded on a user machine. Instead, it responds back to the queries. So now JavaScript is capable to handle the requests from the client and respond back with the response to the clients using JavaScript programming language over Node server. Okay, so this is the thing. So now what next we have to do, let's say we'll just get back to the resource here. Now what our idea is to create a custom route for us. We are going to understand how we can create a route for us. Okay, this will give us more clarity in understanding how this route part works. So now what next we'll do, we'll understand the root part. So what exactly we do, as soon as we go to the browser, what we do, let's say if we have specified this URL to our NPM server, let's say our server is running here, we'll go to the IP address 192.168.0.101 on port number 3000. So this is my default index.html is opening at the moment. So this index.html opening is a default behavior from this public directory. So public directory is accessed, and if there is an index file, it will be opened. Otherwise, if you don't have this index.html file, and let me just say I'm going to rename this file to somewhat like, let's say test.html. I'm just modifying that test.html. So now what we'll do, if we open this server again, we have to just stop and start this part again. Let me just stop that. So here it's saying it's not found and it has been redirected back because test.html was not found. So what he did, index.html was not found because I've changed it. So now this part has been opened. So from where this part is being redirected, as soon as we specify this / directory, okay, so we communicate to app.js file, okay. On this app.js file, what we have here is we have specified an index directory here, a variable for the index, and this variable is pointing to the index.js file within the roots directory, okay. So this is the index.js file in the root directory, and we have asked our application to use this. So here what is specified, if any client, if he tries to access this / directory, he will point to this index variable. On this index variable, you can see that the index variable is redirecting you to index.js file within the roots directory. So as soon as we go to this index.root directory within the routers, we go here to the roots. On the root here, we have created a root using the router function in the express directory, in the express library. Now what we have is, over this router application, as soon as we get this request, so we have created a function, and within this function, what we are doing, using the response, we are rendering the response and we are displaying a response. For this render function, what we are doing is, we are accessing a view control, okay. So index is the name of the view file, and from where these views are defined, the views are also defined in the app.js file for rendering objects, and you can see that here is the view engine setup. In the view engine, we can see that views have been defined for this particular directory in the views, okay, and this view engine is capable to use the JADE files. Clear? So using this function, what we will do, as soon as we have defined this particular index file, so this parameter is a view parameter, and you can proceed to reference over Express. On this website expressjs.com, in api.html, we have this render function. This render function takes a view and it takes in some parameters which you want to send to this view file in order to display that variables into the HTML content or the JADE content. So once the name of the view has been specified here, so we have specified name of the view as index. So view will be searched within the views directory, and within this view we have this index.jade file, and this JADE file will receive the title and will display you the message welcome to this particular title, okay. And now if you want to modify the content, you can modify the content of the default page, you can rerun your server and it will be done. So welcome to title, let's say I'm going to modify that and I'm going to say that it's just a test. So I have just saved it, and now what next we have to do, once we have did that particular changes, we can stop it and we can restart that npm again. And once we restarted that, now we can see that the default view has been changed. So this is the specific concept of the root, that whatever path you will specify as a client, that path will be taken by, it has to be defined within app.js. Then what has to be done with that path has to be set within your app.js. Then app.js will be pointing to the roots directory, and from the roots directory either you can send a response back or else you can send a rendered view back. So views will be identified through the views directory which has been defined in the project here. So now what we'll do, we'll quickly test this application. As soon as we refresh that, so whatever title has been specified, once it has been tested and it will be rendered again, we are going to get the latest render, and here we have got that the test part has been included with the content here. So now what we can do is, let's say in case if you want to inspect and if you want to see the XHR request, that how it is being sent, we can quickly say that. So we can go to the network section, and here on the network section we can see the requests which have been sent. So we are going to check the XHR requests which will be sent. So I am sending a request again to the server. as soon as we have sent a request, so now you can see that the visitor has navigated to this particular point to 3000, and whatever the HTML view has been available, it has been displayed here. So in the console, here we'll see the information. On the elements part, we have the section here. On the right hand side, we have all those styles and that part available, but we don't have access to any of the JavaScript JS file which has been prepared. We just have got access to the HTML content which was defined within the Jade part. So I hope you understand this. Thank you for watching.